This is my review of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay, so remember a long time ago when Strength was first revealed about how I said it would be interesting to see stands that could possess other vehicles and make them into new vehicles? Well, we kind of got that in this episode. So while the gang is traveling along the road, they wind up pulling up behind a large red junker car, which Polnareff promptly swerves around, and they're on their way to Pakistan, mainly to cross the border so that Joseph doesn't have to face the police. But on their way to Pakistan, they actually wind up meeting Anne, who has run away from home again, and they pick her up and bring her with them. So at which point the red car shows up again and asks to pass around them, but then starts going really slow and has them pass around him. At which point they are plowed into by an 18-wheeler. So clearly the guy is not a nice guy if he's going to do that kind of thing to them. Eventually they start to suspect that he might be a stand user, but they also don't see anything that would qualify as a stand-based attack. So they're kind of on the fence. They don't know if he's a stand user or if he's just an asshole that decides to just run them off the road. At which point we sort of get our answer when the guy rams his car into the fence post for Pakistan and causes it to flip around, mainly so he can corner them later, which he does. So they eventually pass by a tea shop along the side of the road and notice that the car is parked in the parking lot, but there's nobody inside. So they begin to rough up the people in the bar, only to discover that they were played for the fool, and then he drives off. So the rest of the group gives chase after him, and follow him to the newly redirected road. And Kakyoin even notes that they're supposed to be passing giant train tracks, but there in fact aren't any, because, as I said, he flipped the sign. And they chase after him, but he kind of disappears, and they abruptly stop and almost go off the edge of the cliff. At which point the guy shows up behind them and tries to push them off the cliff. But due to Kakyoin and Jojo's quick thinking, they're able to hook the winch onto the car, flip the car out of the ravine, and flip the other guy's car into the ravine, which causes them to crash. And while I think that's the end of it, they're suddenly contacted by the guy on the radio, and it's revealed that he is indeed a stand user, and then his car bores through the dirt and takes on its true form, and it's revealed that the car in question is actually a stand named Wheel of Fortune, and then proceeds to chase them through a ravine in the cliffside, and chases after them. And they even note that he's a little bit impatient. At which point, and they all try to flee from the car, but Anne trips and reveals that she feels like she's kind of a nobody who nobody really cares about. At which point Jojo scolds her for being, and points out that if she has time to say all of that, then she has time to get up and run. At which point they climb to the top of a cliff and try to attack them, but due to an alteration, they realize that they've actually been shot by gasoline bullets that he fired earlier, and then he sets Jojo on fire, and even makes a self-aware joke that he ended part 3 early by killing out the main protagonist, which Jojo then follows in kind by pointing out if he's not the main protagonist, then who would surpass him, having burrowed through the dirt using Star Platinum, and then sends the stand user, a man named ZZ, after ZZ Top, flying out of the car. And it's revealed that his booming voice and muscular arms are pretty much the only thing he has going for him, and the rest of him is very disproportionate in that regard. So he's kind of like a visual joke. That's the whole point of of his character design. He's meant to be a visual joke. ZZ is a visual joke. That's all. That's the only reason he looks the way he does, so that the writers can make a visual joke, and it works. And after he depossesses the car and they tie him to a boulder with chains, they decide to head to Pakistan using his junker car, but even point out that they may not make it there. And also decide to put Anne on a plane home because, well, she's kind of in the way, as they put it. So, yeah, overall, this episode was short. This episode was interesting. I liked it. I liked it because it was like, it kind of confirmed my theory that there might be other stand-based vehicles that we don't know about. But also it's also revealed that now all of the stand users Enya set after them are gone, and now she has to go after them herself because she can't face Dio without any sort of, I don't know, I guess without her ability to use, without her stand users, she kind of can't face Dio because of her failures, so she's going to deal with them herself. Mainly, also possibly because her son died in a fight with him, so she probably wants revenge for that as well. But yeah, we're going to be seeing Enya face off against the Joestar group. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm not entirely sure what her stand is. All we know is that it's called Justice. I don't know what it's called, but it is. I don't know what it does, but it's called Justice, and I'm assuming it'll be something, I don't know, related to the tarot card. Then again, Yellow Temperance was kind of different from that because it wasn't exactly what the card is suggesting. It was in fact the exact opposite. So it might be the exact opposite of what the card actually suggests. So who knows? But yeah, this episode was just meant to see them going to Pakistan and almost being run off the road by a stand user. That's really all it is. And now that all of the stand users are gone, now Enya has to get involved herself. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, if you guys have seen this episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, what did you guys think? Let's get a discussion going in the comment section down below, or over on my Discord server, link in the description. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and on Twitter in the description below. And also, check out my Patreon description below as well. It's only a couple bucks a month, and it really helps me out, so I would definitely appreciate it if you did that. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!